I'm joined now by Israeli-American Hillel Fuld, who joins us from Tel Aviv. I don't know how much you saw of President Trump there, Hillel, but it was quite the performance, and he is claiming that the mission on Saturday was a raging success, and that Iran is now decades away from being able to develop any sort of a nuclear weapon. That's got to be good news for the world, doesn't it?
Of course. I mean, the ridiculous talk by CNN and other mainstream media that it was only set back a few months is ridiculous. First of all, they have no nuclear facilities to develop the bomb. They have no nuclear scientists to build the bomb, let alone the uranium. So, of course, they'll do anything to remain relevant. You know, I'm not as extreme as President Trump calling them names, but they are irrelevant, and their traffic reflects that. And so they'll do anything to make Trump look bad, to make the only Jewish state look bad. And for them, they know it sells. It gets clicks, and that's all they're interested in.
We see there the way that the mainstream US media, who are mainly Trump haters, are reporting this. How is the Israeli media reporting what the likely outcome of the mission was on those facilities?
Listen, we had clear objectives to this war, that there's no questions here, you know, in terms of subjectivity. We had objectives, you know, that we defined, and we achieved all of them. So, you know, the talk about Israel didn't win is silly and ridiculous, but this is the nature of our enemies. I mean, Yom Kippur War, they didn't concede that they lost either. None of the wars that we won did our enemies admit that they lost. So it concerns the Israeli people less. We know what we did. We know that we removed Iran as an existential threat to the state of Israel. Their ballistic missiles are destroyed. Their nuclear plant is destroyed. They're gone. The regime is hanging on by a thread. The rest of it is just propaganda. The fact of the matter is, we accomplished our mission.
This time last night in Australia, the ceasefire was looking like it might fall over. There was attacks and counterattacks from Israel and Iran. Iran put that ballistic missile into Beersheba, and Israel quite rightly then responded. Donald Trump on Air Force One on the way to NATO said, look, I've rung Benjamin Netanyahu. I've told him that we've got to back off. Let's make this ceasefire work. And Netanyahu actually, according to Trump, called back some fighter jets and said, let's just hold. Are you confident this ceasefire can hold?
You have to remember who we're dealing with here. I mean, they already broke the ceasefire multiple times. Last night, they fired 2 drones into Israel. So we're dealing with an enemy, you know, an Iranian evil regime that will never admit defeat. They just don't understand the concept of surrender. And again, it's much like the rest of the radical Islamic world. So, you know, I don't know what drives them. Obviously, we know their philosophy, their ideology is to kill as many Jews as possible. To tell you that they're stupid enough to restart this war knowing the destruction that Israel brought upon them, it's hard for me to believe they would do that. Israel destroyed, you know, their commanding officers at the highest levels. We just announced that we killed 29 brigade commanders, officers, which is astounding. What Israel did in this war is going to go down in history books and will be quoted by military strategists for decades into the future. It is an astounding victory. And it's important to mention, you know, we fought the last war, the 6-day war in June, and now we fought the 12-day war in June. And both of these wars were astounding success and victory for the state of Israel. And that's something the Israeli people are very proud of. Again, the propaganda machine in Iran, it's gotten to the point that it's comical, but I ignore it. It's not easy to ignore because they lie to their people, but there's no way that anybody could look at the outcome of this war and say that Israel did not accomplish a definitive victory.